All right, guys, this is the More on Magnolia video. I have someone that knows Magnolia very well because she lives here.
Yes.
So I felt like, having Brandi in here, last time y'all saw us probably in her $1 million listing in Magnolia, what you can get for that. But I felt like maybe some of our commute times, our schools, our up and coming communities, those would be good. But also really what's it like living in Magnolia, as a resident. So let's get into commute times.
Yeah.
You are on the Bridge Group. So every Monday, at least every Monday, you're going from Magnolia to the Memorial area. Sometimes that's referred to as the Energy Corridor. How long does that take you?
I'm actually there multiple times a week.
Yeah, that's right.
It's about roughly an hour. And a lot of people kind of get nervous when I say how long it is. But I mean, your typical commute here in Houston is anywhere from 45 minutes to an hour. And when you're driving from Magnolia, you're driving a lot of these back roads that have really pretty trees. It's like a scenic route. Yeah. So it doesn't feel like an hour.
I saw a whole family of deer this morning coming through here. What about to downtown Houston?
Downtown Houston, depending on which way you go and what time, you're looking at probably same thing, about an hour, hour and a half commute.
Okay, and then the airport. Bush is probably going to be the closest airport, most convenient.
Yes.
And what people are looking for that are going to live here, how close is the airport to here?
Bush is actually closer to Magnolia than it is probably to the downtown area or West Houston, where you're at, Katy area. Yep. It's about 30 to 45 minutes.
Wonderful. That's easy. Yeah, it's about an hour and 15 from my house in Katy.
Yeah.
Well, good. Hey, talk to me about schools. A lot of people that are moving here, they're looking at the Woodlands, they're looking at Katy. How are the schools in Magnolia?
So it's interesting you bring that up. I have two young ones myself. We moved from Katy ISD, which is very popular district here in the Houston area. But what attracted us to Magnolia ISD is the size of the schools. So Magnolia ISD has 17 campuses total. So it's a fairly small district compared to some of the other ones, Cyfair, Katy ISD, where they have a lot of campuses. We only have 2 high school campuses. All are very good schools. The elementary schools they're well known in the area. It's one of those school districts that doesn't get a lot of attention because it's such a small town feel. But that's what drew me to it, and I think what draws a lot of people out here to Magnolia ISD.
I think I'd rather have a school that doesn't have a lot of attention on it than one that does, right? So that's awesome. Okay. All right, next one, up and coming communities. You sell a lot of real estate out here. You're a resident here, it makes sense. But what are the up and coming communities in Magnolia?
Yeah, so Magnolia is growing. I think we're growing by, compared to other cities in the Houston area, it's like 147% growth on this side. Yeah. So we have a lot of options for new developments, and growth is just headed this way. So you've got Colton, you've got Creston, you've got Audubon, Magnolia Ridge. There's a lot of options in the Magnolia area for new construction.
So those are new construction, whereas Indigo Lakes is primarily settled, built out all the way. So we do have both, a good inventory of resale, a good inventory of new construction as well.
We also have custom build on your lot type things too. So you can buy a lot in one of these more established communities and custom build too.
Nice, very nice. All right, so talk to me about maybe some of those new construction. I know that new construction, we're having a lot of really, really good deals for our clients right now in the new construction. What is the average price point for those new construction communities?
Average price overall for new construction in Magnolia is probably around $400,000. Now you have some less than that. You can get it for sub 300. And then you also have the custom ones that could be $1 million plus. So there's a wide range, but I think on average about 400, 450.
Well, that's lower than the average price point for Houston. And if you're watching this, it's probably because you're interested in moving to or around Houston. The average price point is about $424,000. So that's below it. That's awesome. All right, so we've talked about the commute, we've talked about the schools. You live here.
I do.
So what when y'all want to go on date night, or when y'all want to go, and maybe have a drink or a coffee or dinner, what does that look like in Magnolia?
Yeah, so Magnolia is super, super quiet. We have some commercial spaces, but I would say it's more mom and pop style restaurants. So like hole in the wall shops, like you might go to the Mexican restaurant down the street and it looks like it literally is just like in a strip center, hidden behind one of the grocery stores out here. But it's very, very good home cooked meals. And we have a lot of those places around.
Cool. And if you're wanting more of like I want the big restaurants, I want all this, you're only about 30 minutes from all of that.
Yeah, you're 30 minutes from the Woodlands, which has a huge town center, 30 minutes from Cypress. Plus Magnolia will be getting their own town center coming soon. And that's going to have all kinds of restaurants, retail, shopping, all kinds of stuff in there too.
That's awesome. That's great news. And you said 2026 for that?
2026.
Awesome. Good deal. All right, so while we're talking about communities, I know that you had mentioned in that listing video we made previous about a lagoon that was here in the area, that was coming to the area.
Yes.
Is that a community? Is that kind of like Lago Mar there in the League City area?
It is. It's going to be like Balmoral or Lago Mar.
Yeah,
it's going to be a big lagoon space. I don't think it's going to be all residential, so it's going to be open to the public, but it's going to be like a resort water park type thing with a giant crystal clear lagoon.
That's awesome. I've seen those before, and it looks like a lot of fun. Lots of water. Up here, there's lots of nature that I've noticed, right?
There are.
Deer all over the road coming over here, live ones, and like they're alive still. And you know, but there's a lot of lakes up here. This is largely a man-made lake, right? Indigo Lake is a man-made lake, but we have a lot of natural lakes here in and around the area. Do you know maybe some of those lakes, maybe a little information on those?
Yeah, there's a lot of communities similar to this one on Indigo Lake. There's Lake Windcrest. You're not far from Lake Woodlands. So you do, like you said, it's a very nature. A lot of people come out here for this nature. The trees, there's a lot of trees out here. It's very wooded. Serene is the way that I like to describe it. Yeah,
and there's a little bit of roll to the hill, you know, the topography as well. So, you know, I live in Katy, West Houston. We don't have the trees necessarily, you know, but at the same time, I think that this area right here just really kind of showcases nature. If you're a nature lover, if you like to be outdoors, see a lot of people outdoors, see a lot of kids fishing here, it's a great place for that.
Yes.
Guys, if you haven't seen Brandi's $1 million listing here in Magnolia, there's a link to that, but also she is a local real estate expert. Brandi, you want to any closing words on your experience here and why they should work with you?
Yeah, I literally moved out to Magnolia probably about 2 years ago. So I just went through the same process, leaving Harris County, leaving Katy, where all the congestion is, all the traffic, to have a little bit of space and move out here to Magnolia. So I just recently went through this. I know all the neighborhoods coming up, very familiar with the area. So reach out to me if y'all have any questions.
We even have a listing appointment tonight.
Yes.
Right after
this. Just down the street, yeah.
Awesome. Well, congratulations on that. Guys, thanks for joining us. We'll see you on the next one.